Hello, hello, hello. Gang, 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 gang. Thank you for joining Guided Leap of Faith for a reading for today. I am going to do a makeshift reading, but this one is going to be with a little bit of mixture. Okay, it is going to be what's going on in the person that you walked away from, your counterpart, your past counterpart, environment, as well as a little bit of makeshift cards with a little bit of description, so we can try to like pinpoint it more into who this person is, if they're involved with third party, a little bit about a third party, or just some things that might personalize it for you. And then I'm still working on, but I have some makeshift cards about what you as a collective, because I feel like you're in no communication, no contract, you have contact. Okay, why did I say contract? Contract. I must have said contract because you had a contract with this person that you left behind. So this would reflect this person as you had a soul contract. So this will be a twin flame higher level soulmate, okay, that you're no longer in contact with. Nothing's by mistake. That you're no longer in contact with. And so what I've been working on is a makeshift of if you were in contact, or what you, or telepathically, or whatever your energy, like some things that you were on your mind, what you would like to say, okay? So it's like what you would want to say to the third party, because sometimes the third party cross watchers watch. I don't know, cross watchers watch, but sometimes a person on your mind may watch. So if you're not talking to them, verbally or physically, just a few things, and maybe what you would like to say to them about how you feel about what happened or what transpired in your story, okay? And so we'll do what's going on in their environment, a little bit of personal information about them and their third party, and a little bit of what you would like to say to them. And I'm not sure if there will be any clarifications. We'll see as we go along if I need to clarify anything for you. No loving messages, though, just what comes up. So this is basically like just us being nosy, finding out, and having an opportunity to see what's going on. Okay? Alright, so let's get started with that. Okay. Oh, we might do. You know what? We could possibly do. Well, let's see how long it takes. Let's just try to do that first, okay? Alright, so call on the divine, my spirit team, my ancestors watch over me. My guard angel, protect me as I do this reading. Protect me from any negative energy, anyone that wants to stop my progress. If there's somebody that needs to hear this message, I do ask that they tune in, that you lead them to my channel so that they can receive the information or the messages that you have for them. Okay, continue to bless me as I do these readings to promote healing and positivity and love and light with your unconditional love. Okay. So, let's just put a little bit of sage out here. Okay. Alright. What do we want to know, spirits? My angels, my spirit team, give me some personalization on the person that's on the collective mind, who they were involved with. Help them to identify. Okay, so this person that was on your mind was vibrating to their life path number 5, or vibrating to number 5. They are adventurous. The person you were involved with was adventurous, a free-spirited, adaptable person. So, life path, they like to have fun. So you probably really had a lot of fun with this person. It really made you laugh a lot of times. But they often are drawn to careers that involve travel, communication, exploration. So life path 5 people, they do like to communicate. They do like working. Most times they're like maybe teachers, or they could be speakers. But they do, they like to travel a lot. They don't like to sit still. So your person was probably a very outdoorsy person. You probably did a lot of, water play, because they do like water play. Um, Probably rode on a lot of jet skis, or dune buggies, or dirt bikes, or they just like to travel. They just like to be on the go all the time. So this is not that in-house homebody person. They like travel, they like talking, they like exploring new ideas. So they're constantly wanting to learn more, and they're free spirited. Okay, so that was your person. What else, Spirit? Okay, red. Red might mean something to you. Your person could have red hair, red car, red truck, red house, be wearing red at this moment. Could be feeling red because they could be angry. You could have red hair, red something, wearing red nail polish. Something about red, okay? You could have the nickname red. Red anything. That could be their favorite color. So red did come out. Baby on the way. So this person may have a baby on the way. You may be pregnant. They may have somebody pregnant. Someone might be trying to plan a baby on them. They could have had a child already. Someone could have just found out they were pregnant. This might be something you don't know about. They could be with a third party because a third party has a child from them that they were hiding from you. Homeless. Somebody's homeless. The third party they were dealing with, or them, their finances may have changed since you dealt with them, and they're now staying with a third party that has a baby on the way, or the person that has the baby on the way could have been dealing with needing a place to stay and is staying with your person. Someone could have a home together, and due to might be in financial constraints at this time, it may be losing their home, and they're having to stay with a relative or a hotel or stay somewhere. But I did pull up homeless, okay? He knows about you. So someone knows about you. Someone knows that the person that you were involved with still has feelings for you. They know that they still care, they still love you, they still want to be with you. And he or she, please, I'm going to probably say he a lot only because I'm feminine. But if you know, like if this is a male or female in your life, please just put the characters where they are. And just remember that this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading, okay? Dodge. Someone has a Dodge truck, Dodge car. Could be red since we have red out here, okay? I own nothing. So we did have the homeless out here. This I own nothing. This could be someone who's codependent on someone else for their stability. Okay, their security, their sense of stability. You could have been dealing with a lazy person. You could have been somebody who would have many part-time jobs, never a lasting fulfilling career. They start a lot of projects, they work for a little while, and then they find something wrong. It's always, these people, they find something wrong on the job. Either they think they know more than the boss, or somebody on the job upset them, but they always are triggered by somebody or something on the job, which they then leave that job, don't complete that job, finish that job, and it's because they really just don't really want to have to work. They would rather use their manipulative skills and see what they can get out of you than go out there and really just be productive in life and settle for their own. And so a lot of times these people really don't own anything, and if they do, it's because you put their name on it, okay, or you provided for them, or you gave it to them. And if they, it's like codependency and co-ownership with it most times. Silver. Silver might mean something to you. Somebody might have gray hair, silver car, silver truck, be wearing silver. Something about silver, like silver jewelry, have silver in their mouth. If it's somebody, you're messing with somebody that has caps in their mouth or grills. Okay? So we do have red. Now we do have silver, still have Dodge out here, so I don't know if another car is going to show up or not. Okay, Ford. Yep, another car showed up. Ford. We do have a Ford. So this person could have a red Dodge, silver Ford, or a red Ford, silver Dodge. But Ford came out here. So it could be a car, it could be a truck, you know, whatever. This person is feeling withdrawn and resentful right now. Okay? Video technology is coming out. So this person could be watching you on social media. This person could be working on trying what some could be into computers or video or technology. This person could be spying on you. Someone could be spying on your person. Third party could be spying on you. Someone could be trying to tap into technology, going through someone's phone, their cameras, whatever they have, to research or look at what they've been up to. Okay? Someone could be staying in an apartment. What else do we have out here? Hairdresser. Someone could be a barber or cosmetologist. Someone could like to do hair. Someone could be at the hairdresser getting their hair done at this time. Someone could have met somebody at a beauty salon or barbershop, a hairdresser. Someone is religious. Either someone is religious or someone is pretending to be religious. Or someone may still be religious but not spiritual and still be in their south node, meaning they're still doing toxic activities, but they came across or presented themselves as being this good religious person that doesn't do anything. Someone lives on the north side of town, okay? Not sure what city or state, that's not out here, but someone lives on the north side of town, either your person that you're involved with or the third party, but they're on the north side. Someone is annoyed, angry, and appalled. Your person could be annoyed, angry, or appalled with this third party because they could have presented themselves to be one way that they're not. And now that they're feeling withdrawn and resentful because you pulled your energy away from them, they're now annoyed, angry, appalled with this person who may or may not have this baby on the way, who may have had a kid, pin a baby on them, or have a baby. Or the third party could feel that way about the person that you are involved with. Okay? Alright, so let's see. What else? What else, spirits? What else is going to come out here and personalizing? Thank you. Hold on. Second house. Someone is in their second house, which represents values and possessions. These are material resources, money, and what they value in life. So someone's vibrating to that. So someone might be looking at, because we did have our own nothing out here, so someone might be looking at what material resources they have. As far as their money, whether they have assets as far as homes, houses, cars, or just whatever material resources they have, and as well as what they value in life. Like, what do they really want to get out of life? What's more important to them? Love, money, freedom. Someone could be looking at this because they could be looking at possibly moving on from a third party, or moving on from a long-term person they had a long-term commitment with, a spouse, husband, wife, put it where it belongs, and they're looking at what they have and what they may have to divide because they're so angry, annoyed, and appalled, and they're feeling withdrawn and resentful, what they may have to divide as far as assets with that person, and will they be homeless if they move on from that person, because they could be codependent on that person. This person could be a master number 22, which is a highly spiritual number. And these people who are master number 22s are usually practical. They're visionaries, they're builders, they're organizers, they're grounded, because the 22 does go down, result to a 4, which is about stability, security. And so these people are normally grounded, okay? But they do struggle with being grounded. So they are overly focused on things. They're overthinkers, and they are overly focused on material success. Like, they will try to get things by any means necessary. They will be workaholics. They will put money above everything. They want to live in the limelight. They want the expensive things, okay? And so because they focus so much on the material things, they a lot of times become isolated to themselves because they're not really putting time into family or love. Okay? Aggressive and mean. Someone is a very aggressive and mean, and this this actually came under my baby on the way. So this person who may or may not be pregnant could be very aggressive and mean at this time, and she could be aggressive and mean towards the person that you were dealing with because they're probably not giving the attention that they gave when they first met this person or when they first got involved in this person. And the reason why is because you withdrew your energy. You're no longer in their life. They feel the absence of you. They're annoyed at the decisions that they made, that they chose someone over you. They're not really happy where they are because they're missing you and they're so focused on you, especially the master number 22 who gets highly focused on things, till they're not focusing on what they've established with this other person, and this person's feeling aggressive and this person's being mean as well as possibly abusive, okay, towards the person that you are dealing with, which is making this person even more angry and mean. Okay, so we do have the moon to come out here. And this is somebody that's in their feelings. They're dealing with their emotions right now. They're trying to stay to themselves. They're trying to look within. Um, there might be somebody that's praying, calling on, talking to the Lord, or talking to somebody within a church, a pastor, somebody in a church. This is usually somebody who's outspoken, very blunt, very outspoken. But shy when it comes to their emotional, because shy's out here. Shy when it comes to being speaking their emotional feelings, their heart, being vulnerable with somebody. Okay. Um, so we then have out here a mechanic. Someone could be a mechanic. Someone could have that trade, could have learned that trade, working as self-employed, unemployed. You just know how to fix some cars. Baby daddy, this could be somebody that you have a child with, this mechanic, okay? And this person could have fixed on your car, or looking to get a car, a new car, or in need of a car. Okay, I'm not worthy of you. This person feels like they are not worthy of you. They know they made some mistakes. They know they made some wrong choices. And now that you pulled your energy, now that they had time to look within themselves because they're in their feelings, they feel like they're not worthy of you. Okay, this person is feeling alone because of the loss of you. They're pitying themselves. They're in a oh, woe is me place in their life right now. They don't like where their life is. Okay, let's see. What else? What else, Spirit? Oh my gosh. Mistress. Yeah, this person was messing around with a third party that you didn't know about. Okay, I let my family and friends control me. So their family and friends could have introduced them to this mistress's third party that they were dealing with, that you didn't know about when they were dealing with you because they kept this as a secret from you. Stalker. Stalker come out here. This person could be stalking them because they're trying to get away from this person. They're probably trying to get away from somebody that they're not pregnant, or somebody who's telling them they're pregnant by them that they really don't want to be with because they never saw a long-term future with them in the beginning. They were just somebody that they wanted to mess around with. Okay? And now this person is being a stalker to them, and they can't get this person to leave them alone. Plumber is out here. Someone could be a plumber. Know how to fix on pipes, okay? I just had a terrible thought. I was like, oh, somebody was trying to clean the pipes with this mistress. Okay. African American. This person that you're vibrating to could be an African American that you were dealing with. Okay? What else? What else, Spirit? Someone could be from Louisiana. Okay, this came out here, tried to come out here twice. I like big girls. Someone likes the fuller figure women. Okay? Maybe their third party was a fuller figure woman. Maybe they just have a type. Maybe that's just what they like. They like fuller figure women. And that could just be their downfall. Their downfall. Someone was envious of you. Whether it's your person you were dealing with was envious of you because you were independent. You embodied everything that they wanted to embody. You were a happy-go-lucky, positive, loving, nurturing person that had their shit together, and they were envious of them because maybe they weren't on the same level with you, or the third party is envious of you. Envy because your person has feelings for you that your person's not reciprocating towards them, and they're feeling envious of you because they want that type of love. This person could have been a mama's boy. They could be a mama's boy. And it doesn't necessarily have to be their mother. It could be from like anyone that's a maternal figure to them. This person could be divorced, or working on getting divorced. Remember I talked about earlier that this person could have been looking at like what material things they own, because they may be looking at what may have to be divided as far as assets should they leave this person, and where they would end up financially. Okay, so Jupiter's out here. Jupiter speaks about expansion, growth, luck, and optimism. So with this person being in Jupiter, things are going to expand. Okay, so things are going to expand for them. Like, so their finances might notice their bills are increasing. They have more financial responsibilities than they had when you were dealing with them. Money's not coming in. But things are, because they're probably dealing with some karma, things are expanding in their life. Conflict is expanding. Then they're not seeing like spiritual growth at this time. Okay. Let's see. What else, Spirit? Oh, thank you. It's a blank card. I had a blank card in here. Okay. Oh, well, I got a blank card. So that means that that's the end with the personalization. Spirit says that's it. Okay, that's the end of that deck. So we need to move to a different deck. And so now that we have personalization on the third party as well as the person you were dealing with, we'll go to some things about, let's go to what's going on in their environment before we go to what you would like to say to them. Okay, so get a few cards to clarify some of this personalization of what's going on in this person environment. That's on your collective's mind. Okay, thank you. We have nurturing. This person knew that you were a nurturing person to them. You had a lot of wisdom. You were like a mentor in this person life, whether they told you or not. They were really inspired by you. They thought a lot about you, and you encouraged them to want to do more with their life. Okay, and they missed that about you. Okay, so time. This person feels like they're running out of time. I'm going to read this a couple ways. Okay, so this person feels like they're running out of time to try to get you back. Okay, they feel like they wasted time. They procrastinated. You put a lot of time into this, and for some reason they did not. They were too busy to put time into it, and now they realize that they didn't put time into it, and now they lost you. I'm also going to read this as time has run out for this person. Like, this person can't come back into your life. It's over. It's a, let me just pull a card on it. A clarification card. But I feel like time is up. The cycle is over. They can't come back. Let's get a tarot so that I can be clear with you on time. And I don't want this to take too long. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. My intentions were not really to do well. Okay. Spirits, what can you tell me about? Oh, thank you. Just jump right out. Yeah, time. So what we have out here is a Three of Cups, which is about celebration, friendship, community, and creativity. So this person spent a lot of time focusing on their friendships and hanging around with people in their neighborhood and their community group, as to what the things that they like to do in their lower level toxic self, and celebrating with them, partying, going out, smoking, drinking, living in their addictions, and they weren't putting time on you. And this could possibly be a water sign, or they could have been celebrating with a water sign. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or water signs, okay? Is there something else on there? Yeah, so this person was giving to another situation, so they weren't giving to you, they weren't being compassionate, they weren't sharing, they weren't being generous with you, and now they're trying to manifest you back into their life, okay? So that's the clarification on that for time. Okay, so what else is going on in their environment? What else is going on with them that we don't know about, that we want to know, inquiring minds want to know? Thank you. Longing. They're longing for you. They're missing you. They want to talk. They want a reunion. They want to reconcile. They want to fix their relationship. At least get the friendship back. It says smell the roses. They want to slow down, take some time, get out in nature. So it's just letting you, them know that they need to take time, focus on themselves, get out there, see the beauty in things, and get out of their toxicity. They're ready to cut ties. They want to cut ties with the past, with the karmic people that they're involved with the toxic relationships that they have going in their life. They want to be free. They want their freedom. They're ready to stand up to people, and they're going through an awakening. They're seeing things more clearly now, and they're feeling wishful. They're feeling wishful that they're going to have a second chance with you, and they're very nostalgic. They're thinking about, the past times, the good times you guys had together, how you made them feel, loved, nurtured, cared for, and they really miss that. So they're kind of like having deja vu. The person that they're involved with is very clingy. So whether this is a child's mother, the person who may be pregnant, whatever this third party who they got involved with, who could have been introduced to them from family or another friend, the old ex, this relationship is dead. The relationship really has been dead. I really strongly feel like somebody in their community that they were partying with and celebrating with was really convincing them, or were really in their ear about being with this third party. So this person, the person that you had in your mind, could have at some point, because I feel like this is like an old ex turned current. I really feel like they could have walked away from this person at some point in time, but this person that they were involved with was still had relationship with your person's family members and friends, okay? And I feel like they, may have been in your person's ear about fixing things with that person and renewing the relationship or forgiving them if whatever went on, letting the past be the past and trying to rebuild and fix that relationship. But really, it was a relationship that really things went on because it has played its course. It was time for a relationship. It was a dead relationship. It was time to end, and your person went back to it, but it's just not working. They're neither one are really happy, and I feel like your person wants to leave, but that person doesn't want to let your person leave, and so they're being clingy. Okay, they're clinging to this person, and they don't want to leave. And not because I feel like it's based on love, because I don't even feel like that relationship, I think the love was lost in that relationship. I feel like this person is being clingy because they just don't want to see your person move on and be happy. Okay, so they rather be with them, be in a home that's toxic, not loving, and just be miserable together, rather than see your person move on and be happy. Okay, so I hope that I didn't confuse you guys with that. But that's really what I was feeling on that one. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Two-Face. Yeah, someone's living a double life. Someone's cheating, backstabbing, putting on a mask. They're pretending to be one way towards one person and another towards another. They're really living a double life. They're acting like they're married, but acting like they're single, or they're in a relationship with someone and pretending to be single, or acting like they're single, but they're just living a double life, okay? Or they're acting like with double life too, and being cheater and backstabber. The third party could be with them, or their friends and family, because they did come on the community, could be two-faced with them, but they're going to find out. Somebody's going to find out. This two-faced is the person who is two-faced is definitely going to come to light. See, mask. Yeah, somebody's hiding, concealing something. Somebody's got secrets. And they're going to come to light. Okay. Yeah. Somebody's being very serious about here. Thank you. There's a hopper. Vacay. Yeah, this person wants to just get away. She wants to get away from what the hell they have going on in their environment. They're tired, it's toxic. They feel like they're stressed, anxiety ridden, and they just want to go somewhere and have fun and relax. And really, they want to do that with you. Okay? Even if it's just for a weekend, they just want to just get away from everything. Okay? Because this came under longing and missing you. So they want to have this moment with you. Possibilities. Yeah, this person it's just a saying to believe in yourself, follow your dreams, and make up your mind. So this person does, and you see how they're leaving somebody, they're pulling somebody. Like I said, this person wants to go, and they want to be with you. They're longing for you. They want to be with you. They want to go on this vacay with you. They're trying to find strength, courage to believe in themselves that they can give you back. They're really trying to be optimistic about giving you back, and they just really want to have a higher level relationship with you and pursue their dreams. You are the dream person. You are the love. You have this person's heart, whether they tell you or not at this moment, or because I feel like they're really upset that where they are. The cards show they're really upset that you walked away. And so they're trying to hide like they're not affected by it to the public, but behind closed doors, they're a mess. They're a wreck. Okay, epiphany. Yeah, this person is doing some reflecting, and they're trying to figure out, like, what do I need to do with my life? How did my life get here? What changes I need to make? How am I going to make these changes? How am I going to get out of the situation? They just want something different, may even be that they want to change work. This person was having a love affair. Okay, so I'm going to read this two ways, because for some, you were the love affair and didn't realize you were the love affair because they were involved with somebody else. And so they were keeping you a secret from the person that they had this codependency with, okay? Now, for some of you, this person was having a love affair on you because they were messing around with other people behind your back and didn't tell you about it, and manipulating you and gaslighting you into believing that they were single and that you guys were going to build towards something and have something. And for a small few of you, this person is on the down low, okay? They like the same sex. But either way it go, this person definitely was messing with third parties, haters, karmics, having karmic relationships, people that were in their self-know, meaning that they were in their negative version, their darker side of themselves. Partying, smoking, drinking, alcohol, doing everything except for walking in the light of God. That caused this relationship with you to be stagnant, to be a dead end, frozen situation that wasn't moving, wasn't going anywhere, and it caused them eventually to just lose you. Okay? And now they're feeling exhausted. They're feeling burnt out. They feel empty. They feel like they have a lot of burdens on them because now they've created a big mess for themselves that they feel like they can't get out of. If they could do it all over again, they would do it over again. The person they're with is toxic, full of dramas, constant arguments. They feel like they're not compatible. They're not compatible with that person. It's just constant conflict, negativity. It's just not loving there, and they feel shattered. They feel like they broke their promises to you. They hate they broke their promises to you. They feel like they're living in a freaking nightmare. They feel like everything around them, their life is just nothing but full of failures. They feel like they self-sabotage everything they have. They're beating themselves up about it. They see you glowing up. They see that you have a new career. You're being successful in your business. You're following new opportunities, probably new love. Here it comes. Your soulmate is coming in. You're actually going to be with your soulmate, a higher level person, a higher level spiritual person is going to come in, and you're going to have new love in your life, and they don't like that. They want to come in and apologize to you. Okay, they want to apologize to you for being insincere, for their rash actions, for being so arrogant, for not you know, seeing your worth, seeing your value, for taking you for granted, okay? And for being lustful, for being greedy and lustful and inconsiderate of you, and just going out here chasing karmic relationships, being sexual, living in their sexuality, okay? So let's see. They know that you were established, you were settled, you had your life together, you were secure, you had things to offer, and I feel like this other person, like, you know, they're this codependent. Neither one of them could really stand on the leg on their own at this point. This person was living the nightlife. They were maybe going to strip teases, gambling, partying, doing drugs. Could have been paying for sex, online doing sex, going to strip clubs. But now they just want to balance themselves out. They want some peace and happiness in their life. And you are their peace and happiness, okay? And that's what they want. They're tired. They don't want to live that life anymore. They're probably just getting older, or just finally getting wiser, or just finally just seeing the error of their ways. Yeah, this is somebody that wants to have a family with you, build a family with you, just be together. So they're holding hands with the kids. If you have a child from this person, they want to come back to their family, or they either want to get you pregnant, have a family with you. They want to, yeah, father figure. So this person, you may have a child from this person already, but either way, they do want to come in and, you know, be a father figure, be a man of authority and discipline. They're looking at distancing themselves from the third party that they're with. They feel the distance between you. They don't like the separation that you're in. They feel like you're ghosting them. They're ready to ghost the person that's in their life, and they're looking at maybe possibly getting divorced if they're not already going through the process of getting divorced. Okay? And then this card's trying to come out. Envy. Somebody's envious of you. Either your person you're dealing with is envious because you're moving on and everything is being successful and you're happy-go-lucky while they're having to deal with the mess that they created for themselves, or the third party is envious of you and is being competitive. They want to compete against you to try to get, you know, this man focused on them. Okay, so let's get what you would like to say to them, because you're not in contact with them at this time. So let's see if you were, what you would want to say, or how you're feeling, or how you would like to express yourself. Okay, so first card coming out here is going to be, I have cut the cord and pulled back my energy. Life for you will never be the same. So you would like this person to know that you've cut the cord. You've done the cord recording. You're no longer feeding your energy into the relationship. You're no longer feeding your energy into them. And with this is, this person didn't realize that all of the growth, all the positivity, all the manifestation they had when they were with you, how their life turned around and was moving in a positive direction when you came into their life. Once you pull back their energy and you're no longer feeding that unconditional love, the light, the divine spirit, the protection from the divine, once you're no longer feeding that to them, you left them to sit with that mess that they deal with, and now they have to focus on their own energy. Their life is just going to shit creek. Okay, that's just what it is. They have a mess on their hands, and now they have to deal with that and that negative toxic energy, and they may be out here messing around with other girls or other guys to try to replace that energy, to get that feeling that you gave to them, to get that creativity in that back, but they're not going to find it, because you are divine, so they're not going to get that. You dug your own grave and smiled while you did it. I was quiet, not blind. That was my setup. Okay, so that's what you want to say to this person. You know, while you were out here doing all this sneaky link stuff, or lying, being manipulative, being deceitful, doing all these things behind your back, and you were maybe bragging to your people, oh, she's not going nowhere, she gonna be here, she don't know what I'm about to, she's slow, she's stupid, you thought she was slow, you thought she was stupid, he, she, whatever. You were doing things, but because you, as a collective and divine, was not bringing it to their attention that, yeah, I know you're lying. Yeah, I know you're cheating. Yeah, I know the shit that you're doing. But you were just quiet about it. So they thought they were getting away with a lot of stuff. So what you're saying to them is, yeah, you were digging your own grave. They just didn't know they were digging a grave for themselves, because you were just willing to see how far they were going to go with their lives. Okay, so you were quiet, but you weren't blind, but they didn't realize that was your setup. You weren't. You're a divine feminine. You're not going to call them out on other stuff. And my whole thing is, do you need to tell a liar that they're lying? Do you need some manipulator that they're manipulating? do you need to tell a dishonest person you're dishonest, you're disloyal? No, they know what the hell they're doing. They know what the hell they know. So you don't need to tell them. And that's your thing as a divine. You don't sit there and blow up their phone, call them on their shit, keep up with them, go through their things, because you know what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. So you let them dig their own grave. Because when you walk, you walk. You ignored me when I was near. Now you miss me when I'm out of reach. Funny how that works. Yeah, so what you're telling this person is when you were there, when they had you in the palm of their hands, they didn't want to put energy into you. They didn't want to put effort into you. They didn't want to feed or nurse the relationship. So now that you're gone, don't pull that I miss you, I want it back, I want you back, I want to get things back to where they were. I'm don't do that now. You didn't want to feed where you were there, so too bad, too sad. You thought you could play in my face and I would let you. Yeah, so you want to let this person know that, hey, you thought you were going to play games with me. You thought I didn't know my self-worth. You think I didn't know my value. You thought I was going to just sit here and let you keep lying to me and not walk away, because with this person I realized that you did not need them. You chose them. I no longer feel safe with you. That's the next thing you want to say to this person. So this person, because they broke trust issue between them, because they took away that sense of safety and security, the thing that made you feel like you were safe with them, by betraying you and doing the things that they did, you no longer feel safe. So it would be extremely, extremely hard for this person to come out to your life, because there's no trust, there's no sense of security, there's no sense of safety, there's no loyalty, and you see this person for who they are. Okay, so this person here, like I said, this cycle is over. This person can't come back. So this third party really is envious of you because of how this person feels, but she don't know you don't want this person back. I'm in alignment with balanced emotions. So this person, you have done the work. You've gone. You want this person to know that you've done. You've healed. You've healed your heart chakra. You healed your chakras. You're in alignment where you need to be spiritually with the universe and with divine. So you just not interested. In them. There's no more lessons to learn in a relationship with them. They didn't do the work, they didn't heal, so there's no lessons. And then this, I just don't have any more space in my life for things that I have to question. So you're just done. You're done with dealing with people and situations that you have to wonder, what are their motives, what are their intentions, are they being honest, are they being truthful, what do they really want, are they trying to benefit off me, are they trying to use me? Like, if you had to think about, do they care, do they not care, are they trying to play me, you're done. You don't have time for that. Your tolerance level is just, you see the bullshit ahead of time and you have no tolerance for it. Your calls I ignore, your messages unread. That's not revenge, that's reality. So this person probably feel like by you ignoring their calls, not reading their messages, and not communicating with them, by the boundaries that you set, that you're trying to get revenge on them, like payback for how they made you feel. But the truth is, you're not even interested in revenge. You don't care about revenge. It's just that that's the reality of you guys' relationship at this point. They did too much. They did too much, and now they just can't come back. They've gone too far. And then this last part is only keeping healthy relationships. So you're so balanced and you're so at peace and happy with yourself that you're just not doing toxic relationships anymore. You're just only, if the person can't offer you a healthy relationship, if they can't come in and be vulnerable, pour love into the situation, build with you, be faithful, be loyal, be someone you can depend on, rely on, and communicate with, then you're just not interested. Okay? So that's where we are, with a little bit of telltale about what's going on in this personal environment, a little bit of personalization, and what you would like to say to them. Thank you for joining in, and have a good day.